find enlightenment, we just have to open our programming to the enlightenment we already are. And it's a testament to the magnificence of what we really are that this control system has had to throw everything at us. Look at it. All these facets, the food additives, the electromagnetic pollution, the programming through the media, the suppression of education, the suppression of science, all this stuff, they have to throw at us to keep us in servitude. It's like, I use this analogy, if you want to put a ball floating on a tank in an unnatural state, which is where we've been, you have to push it down and you have to hold it there. Because its natural state is floating on the surface, you have to hold it there because the moment you let it go, zoom, it's gone into its natural state. And symbolically, we've been held on the bottom of the tank by all this stuff that's thrown at us from cradle to grave. And the fact that it needs so much to hold us in this suppressed state shows the magnificence and genius that we really are, we once were and will be again. When I say we, I mean what we call humanity. So as the control system's ability to do that is unraveled, and this is happening, then we're going to go to the top of the tank again, not by finding enlightenment, but by removing that which is keeping us from it. Be afraid, big monsters coming. This is the big area that they control us with, and we need to let go. They're feeding of this fear. Like I say, 1.5 billion people in China controlled by a handful because of fear of challenging the handful. No more fear. I mean, this is such a symbolic picture. Here's all these bloody sheep, and here's two shepherds, and there's a guy at the back. Now, those sheep, symbolic of humanity, can only be controlled in this way because they acquiesce to the shepherds, and the sheepdog symbolizing fear. What if this group of sheep, instead of going ba 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 ba, and if they went ruff ruff, fear, and following the one in front, the control system, the shepherd, yeah, oh, he's got the power, he's got a stick, aye. What if those sheep said, oh, look, I'm not following him anymore, and hey, Rover, woof bloody woof, on your bike, you're not frightening me, okay? I'm over here. I'm going down here. I like that. There's some grass down. Suddenly, this herd, flock, whatever you want to call it, is scattered because it's expressing its uniqueness and it is not fearing the consequences. These people, apparently all powerful, have no bloody power. None. They'd never find most of them. They might catch them. And that's what humanity's like. We have the numbers. And yet, because we acquiesce through fear of challenging the control system, even though we have the numbers, the handful of people control the many. We have the power. We've chosen not to use it. It's about bloody time we did. God, the answers are there in front of our eyes. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, Albert Einstein. Absolutely it is. So it's pretty certain that if things are going to change in terms of control and suppression and all this stuff, then we've got to stop doing the same thing over and over again, and that is acquiescing to the control system. We're all possibility. What are we doing, thinking that we just do the same thing over and over again? That's one possibility. Let's express our uniqueness and respect each other's right to express our uniqueness. We're all possibility. Actually, one possibility is swimming against the tide. Let's try it. And let's respect each other's right to do that. We should be celebrating diversity. Diversity is an expression of all possibility. It's acquiescence and conformity. That is an insult to all possibility. And yet that's what this system wants us to do, conform. And you know, at least sheep need a sheepdog to keep them in line. Humans have out-sheep the sheep because we keep each other in line. We don't need a sheepdog. We have sheepdogs called parents and teachers and politicians and peer pressure. When we're thinking of expressing our uniqueness, we're not thinking, oh, what will George Bush think and what will Barack Obama think? No. We're thinking, what will my mother think? What will my father think? What will the neighbours think? What will my mates think? What will the people at work think? In other words, what will other people who have chosen to live in this sheep pen think of me getting out of it? It's like sitting in a cell and you find a way out through the door, and instead of another prison warder coming along to stop you getting out, the other prisoners jump on you. That's what we do. If we are going to be what we really can be, and we're going to respect our right to be different, we have to respect others' right to be different as well. Because when we respect other people's right to be different and express their uniqueness, then we're setting them free and we're helping to set society free. We are policing each other all the time through ridicule, through condemnation. We need to start being at peace with other people having different views and expressing different lifestyles than we do, even if we don't like it. This breaks up this sheep policing the sheep. There's only a few who in full knowledge are behind this control system, and they have to get the target population to police the target population. They don't have the numbers to do it themselves. I have a simple philosophy on life, so simple. Do what you like so long as you don't impose it on others. Dead simple. That's it. Well, I've heard people say to me, that would be anarchy. What about people murdering each other? Well, I think that murder could just about constitute imposing your will on another person. And when you think about that simple philosophy, it overrides all law, need for law, if we live that. We don't need laws that say don't murder when you wouldn't impose yourself on another person. But we can do this. You know, if Henry Kissinger wants to sacrifice George Bush, be my guest as long as you both agree. Because when you leave the body, you'll feel right prats and you might learn something in your eternity. I get interested when they want to impose things on other people that don't want those things imposed upon them. That's what the control system's trying to do. That's why I'm interested. But express ourselves as long as we'll all agree. And we don't impose it on other people. We have this either or. Someone wants kind of a rave or something, and some people don't want to be affected by all the noise and disruption. And so we say, they can have it, they can't have it. It's either or. Any society that was conscious would say, okay, we can sort this out, okay? They don't want the noise, fair enough, understand that. They want to have a party, a rave, a good time. Okay, now, let's find a place where they can have what they want that don't disrupt anyone else's life. So they can have their experience that they want, and no one else is affected. Everyone's a bloody winner. This is either or. Someone must win, so someone must lose, so someone could win. Old epoch consciousness. Winner, winner, win, win. That's the new consciousness. I stand up on my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. You see, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come and see for yourselves. And it does. When you move your point of observation, the world looks so different when we break out of constantly scanning the world from a single point of observation, so everything looks the same. From a higher point of observation, things look very, very different. And we can break out into infinite consciousness. Clear our minds. That's another thing, another layer on the onion. It doesn't matter. My goodness me, how we make things matter that don't matter. And it clutters up our mind, it clutters up our emotions, and holds us in low vibrational servitude. I have a thing I call the deathbed perception. You're lying on your deathbed. Well, your body is, you're not. And you've got 10 minutes to live. Tell me, looking back at your life, what mattered. You know, in 2004, when that guy cut you up at the lights, and you got out your car and you screamed abuse, and he got out and wanted a fight, does that matter now? No. Then the trick is to make sure it doesn't matter then. To bring that mentality into everyday life. It doesn't matter. We get het up, angry, frustrated. We worry about things. People worry about going to the dentist. Then they go to the dentist and they go, oh, that was all right. What do you mean it was all right? You've been worried sick for 3 weeks. Destroyed your life for 3 weeks. You tell me it's all right. No problem. It's bringing this. It does. What really matters? What really matters is loving each other, caring for each other, being kind to each other. What matters is expressing our true magnitude of infinite genius, not acquiescing to meaningless things that we take so bloody seriously. How many things do we look back and got us really het up, frustrated and angry? And can we look back? It doesn't really matter. We don't let it matter then. That's the thing. And then there's what I've long called combing the mirror. Combing the mirror is a crazy thing because what happens is you want to change your hair, so you comb the mirror. Funny enough, your hair doesn't change. What you have to do is comb your hair and then the mirror reflects it. And this so-called out there world is like the mirror. It's not even out there. It's a projection of in here. We're going to change this apparently out there world. We have to change in here. It's like if this is a movie screen. And I don't like the movie, so I'm going to stand here and I'm going to hurl abuse at the movie screen. Nothing's going to change. I've got to go back to the projector and I've got to change the reel, and then this will change because this is just an outplaying of that. And the Illuminati control system is delighted, indeed encourages us to believe that we can change the world, if you like, and our lives out there. They want us to comb the mirror because they know nothing's going to change. This is where things change, and we connect with this at what we call the subconscious mind. And it's in the subconscious mind that we interact with this waveform construct. The conscious mind experiences the play-out holographic world, the decoded world. So this is where we have to change things. Because by the time it hits this screen, this holographic decoded world, it's like the movie on the screen. It's a done deal. Ain't going to change that now. Ain't going to change this now. We have to change it before we decode it into experience holographic reality. There are some people I've been reading, they say 98% of human decisions are made by the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind. I would go further. I'd say 100% of human decisions are made by the unconscious mind. What the conscious mind does is experience them. But the conscious mind can interact and work as one with the unconscious mind if it starts to understand the way reality works. How do we understand what's going on in the unconscious mind so therefore we can play a part in changing that? By what I call the language of life. The play-out holographic world of experience is a mirror of the information construct, in other words, our unconscious mind in many senses. And the way it plays out, the language of life, as I call it, tells us what's going on in the unconscious. And therefore, we can play a part together, unconscious and the whole of self, in changing and clearing out what is happening in the unconscious, which is playing out in the experienced conscious holographic world.